Hi, you are welcome to Arise United Devils. I'm Kingsley Aigbok. How there? It's a new day and new stories about Manchester United, but without taking too much of your time, let me dive straight into the news. Kobbie Mainoo explains position change and makes Manchester United celebration admission. Midfielder Kobbie Mainoo has admitted the celebration picture of him, Alejandro, Garnacho and Rasmus Hojlund on an Old Trafford advertising hoarding will only become iconic if the trio achieve great success in Manchester United colours. The three young stars perched themselves on the hoarding after Garnacho scored United's second goal in their 3-0 win over West Ham last month. Garnacho sat in the centre with Hojlund to his right and Mainoo to his left. The image instantly went viral across the world, offering a potential glimpse into United's long-term future. Each member of the aforementioned trio has cemented themselves as a key member in Erik plans in recent months. However, despite the popularity of the image, Mainoo has kept his feet on the ground, insisting it will only mean something if he, Garnacho and Hojlund can enjoy plenty of success together. The picture is only iconic if we go on to do great things for the club, Mainoo told Sky Sports. If we can do that, then hopefully it will go down in history. Mainoo, who will be hoping to start his first Manchester derby when United face City at the Etihad Stadium on Sunday afternoon, has become a key figure in United's midfield in recent months, stepping up when more senior figures have faltered. But our things worked out differently in his development. As a youngster, he may have been operating higher on the pitch. Mainoo continued, "Not many people know that I used to be a striker when I was coming up through the ranks. When I was younger, I was always a striker. Then I played as a number 10 and spent a little bit of time on the wing and stuff like that. It is only recently that I have come into a proper central midfield role. I am learning on the job." Since making his senior debut for United against Charlton Athletic in the Carabao Cup last season, Mainoo has made a total of 20 appearances for the Reds. For that, he admits he owes a lot to Ten Hag. "I am grateful that he has given me an opportunity to play for this club," added the young United youngster. "Also, what I appreciate is that he pushes you every day. He keeps on pushing you and wants more and more and more and more from his players. I think that really helps you to develop quicker." We have more. Erik names 6 Manchester United stock youngsters he's excited about. That is the headline of the next story. Erik has named Kobbie Mainoo, Alejandro, Garnacho and Rasmus Hojlund in a bracket of young Manchester United talents that can spearhead the push for silverwares in the future. Whilst the club may be chasing down their rivals in order to secure a spot in next season's Champions League, the United manager's vision to build upon a base of young talent has come into fruition in recent months. Whereas last year's success was heavily aided by the likes of Casemiro and Christian Eriksen, both signed Etihad's first summer at the club, with existing members of the squad such as David De Gea and Rafael Varane. But in the 2023 to 2024 campaign, Old Trafford has witnessed the changing of the guard. Whether signed from other clubs or growing them through the club's own academy, plenty of young players have been given their opportunity under the Dutchman. With the Premier League top 4 within reach, Ten Hag is excited not only for the coming months but for the long-term future of United as well. Speaking to Sky Sports, the Dutchman was asked about the anticipation surrounding Mainoo in particular. "I think it is in the DNA of Manchester United that young players come through," he replied. "I think about the Busby Babes, the class of 92, and also we have worked hard to get this generation built in an environment that they are really competitive every day, to bring them through and when they get an opportunity to take them." Kobbie Mainoo is one of them. We are very happy that a player of his skills is coming through. We have more young players like Garnacho, like Hojlund, like Omaru, Fosi, like Amad Diallo. Anthony is also young. The 54-year-old added. We have many good young players and we have to develop their skills. Being in the team, feeling a stronger connection with the Manchester United, a real winning attitude, that is a base to winning trophies. Of the names mentioned, Garnacho, Hojlund and Mainoo have played the largest part in United's current Premier League campaign. Anthony has been involved, though has only made 11 starts this season. 19-year-old foursome has broken into Ten Hag's plans after rising through the club's under 18 and under 21 ranks, whilst finally Amad has been hampered by injury in what was meant to be his true breakout campaign at Old Trafford. Unstoppable, Erik sends Man City warning about Manchester United's Rasmus Hojlund replacement. That is the headline of the next story. Erik believes Marcus Rashford can be unstoppable if his attitude is right ahead of Sunday's Manchester derby. The Manchester United and England international is set to start up front for Ten Hag's team against Manchester City on Sunday at the Etihad. Rashford has had an inconsistent campaign for United, having scored 5 goals and provided 6 assists in all competitions so far this season. The 26-year-old stars have declined compared to last time's 30 goals and 11 assists, which played a key role in the club's Carabao Cup win and third-place league finish. But United boss Ten Hag has backed Rashford to fill the void left by the injured Hojlund, who had scored in 6 consecutive league games before his injury. The Dutchman pointed out the many goals he has previously scored against Man City side at the Etihad. What he can take from the past, he can score a lot of goals. He can score against the biggest opponents in the world. Ten Hag told Sky Sports. Against the best defenders in the world, he's able to score and it's just about him. If he has his attitude right on Sunday, he's unstoppable. That is just about him, and of course, we have to serve him. It's a part of it, but in all the games, also against City, he had his big chances to score goals, and also he scored goals. Many goals against City, and especially, I think, in the Etihad. Erik Ten Hag gives verdict on Man City boss Pep Guardiola's comments about Manchester United. That is the headline of the next story. When Manchester City look at their next 2 Premier League fixtures, it will be the next weekend that they are more desperate to win than today's derby, which for Erik Ten Hag is an issue he can't accept. Manchester United travel to the Etihad as major underdogs once again on derby day and are heading for an 11th successive season finishing below City. The one-sided nature of many of the contests has led plenty of Blues to look down the M62 for a rivalry. City and Liverpool have sludged it out in a few Premier League title races under Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp. They look set to do so once again this year. That has resulted in animosity spreading between the two fan bases and the clubs, and it's why the trip to Anfield is considered more important than Derby Day in Manchester. Guardiola has called the rivalry with Liverpool the biggest of his career, and Ten Hag can't argue with the assessment that it's now a bigger game for City, but it's something that he and Sir Jim Ratcliffe are desperate to put right. For the last decade, that's the way it went, and Guardiola's comments are a fair assessment, he said. But we can't accept it. We have to bounce back. As Sir Jim says, we have to show ambition. We have to be the number 1, and I think that's a good ambition. Now we must have the strategies to get this done. Last week, Ratcliffe spoke about wanting to knock City off their patch and having a 3-year plan to do so, which is the kind of ambition Ten Hag wanted to hear, even if it does add to the pressure on his shoulders. The Dutchman is working towards the same goal, and though he refused to put a time frame on it, saying, "I don't always think in such time schedules." Ratcliffe's comments helps. We have to show ambition. We want to be the best. That is what United stands for. But at the same time, we also know we are where we are, he said. I have a lot of respect for them, but not the respect that we can't win this game. On the contrary, we will show that we can win this game. Ratcliffe also has plenty of admiration for the success City have enjoyed in the last decade and the way they have gone about things, to the point that his first major appointment was luring their head of football operations, Omar Berrada, to become the chief executive at Old Trafford. I think you can always learn from opponents who are successful, and you have to do it if you want to go to the higher levels, he said. But at the same time, we have to do it in the United way. This is a different club with a different environment, with a different DNA. And that you pick up things that can be successful and you integrate it in your own model. Erik talks to Manchester United players about body language after Marcus Rashford criticism. That is the headline of the next story. Erik has spoken to his players about the importance of positive body language after forward Marcus Rashford was criticized by former England international Alan Shearer. The BBC pundit questioned Rashford's on the pitch demeanour during United's 1-0 win at Nottingham Forest on Wednesday night, and it is an issue that has been raised at other times this season, with the 26-year-old struggle for form leading to him cutting an occasionally sullen figure. Ten Hag values positive body language and revealed he has spoken to the team and to the individual players about the issue and the benefits of displaying it, particularly when it comes to the psychology of a game. Of course, it is important because it gives an expression, he said. We talk about this issue with the players and team and also as individuals of what is the impact on the crowd, but also on opponents, because football is such a psychological game, win or lose. You have to take everything you can and use it to your advantage. So when your body language can be positive and your expression, then you use it for the good of your own team. Shearer was a BBC pundit for coverage of United's game at the City Ground on Wednesday, and he urged Rashford to show better body language, saying his attitude was an attempt to distance himself from the team's failings. Ten Hag didn't mention Rashford's body language directly, but did say that how players conduct themselves on the pitch is an expression of their personality, and that changing that wasn't an overnight process. What you see is the character of a player expressed in their body language, and that is not a thing that you can change in a short time, he said. I think Bruno Fernandes is a good example of this. I have seen he wants to win, and so he shows his emotion, and that is an absolute strength from him to push his whole team. He shows how much he wants to win so that others around him pick it up and go and fight with it. Erik names 4 qualities Manchester United must show in derby fixture versus Manchester City. That is the headline of the next story. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag has called on his players to display 4 qualities if they are to beat Manchester City in Sunday's derby at the Etihad Stadium. United will make the short hop across the city with the ambition of derailing City's title charge and reigniting their top 4 finish. United, to their credit, produced a response at the first time of asking in midweek, beating Nottingham Forest 1-0 in the 5th round of the FA Cup at the City Ground. Casemiro scored the only goal of the game, nodding home a late winner. United, not for the first time in recent weeks, were significantly light on numbers. Sofia Amrabat could once again be tasked with deputizing at left back. He started on the left of the back four in midweek and produced a solid showing. Finally, yes, they have told MUTV when asked if he was pleased with the system tweak against Forest. But also for Sunday, we have to lay the puzzle because we are still missing fullbacks. We are still missing centre halves. So we have to be creative, but I think we can. On Wednesday, we showed we can if we have the right plan. But more important than that, we have that passion and that ambition and desire and determination to win the game. Then we are able to do it. Though United bounced back from last weekend's defeat to Fulham with a victory in midweek, Ten Hag is still frustrated at the outcome of last Saturday's tussle with the Londoners. The United boss added, "Of course, it's annoying. It still annoys me, that game against Fulham. We are looking forward. Great games are coming up, big games and good challenges. So the team is really excited about that. I'm excited about going into this game and also the coming games. But Sunday is very important." So, with this, we have come to the end of the news today. I hope to see you again tomorrow morning. Thank you for watching.